Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Fortitude Fix. I hope you're well. My name is DaShanna, and in today's video I am going to be piggybacking off of one of my most viral videos, and it's all about the pack and play. So if you have a pack and play, if you are looking for a pack and play, if you are trying to figure out if it's worth the purchase, go ahead and just keep on watching today's video, because I am going to be discussing 9+ ways for you to use your pack and play. Hey everyone, so if you are new to this channel, welcome or welcome back. I am so happy to have you here. Again, my name is DaShanna. I make mommyhood and lifestyle type videos here on this channel. Also talking about my pregnancies and what it was like being pregnant with both sickle cell and fibroids. So you will find a lot of that content here on this channel. And yes, today is all about the pack and play. I hope that this video is useful and helpful for you. Go ahead and click that link to the viral video I mentioned. That video on how to set it up, literally step by step. That video on how to set up the pack and play is my most popular video here on this channel. Let's try to get that video to 100K. We can get that video to 100K. I might just go ahead and do an update to that video. We are still using that same exact pack and play. All right, so we were gifted the pack and play by my husband's mom. So my mother-in-law and my father-in-law got that for us, and we have used it for 2 children thus far, and it is still kicking. We have taken trips with it. I'll get into some of that later, but yeah, it was really a wonderful gift for us, and it has so many different uses. So let's go ahead and get into how we used our pack and play. All right, so the first way in which we used our pack and play is as a changing station. Sometimes getting on the floor or putting your little one on the couch just can be messy and uncomfortable. So having a place where you can stand up and actually change a diaper is a godsend. So we had a 2-story apartment, and now we have a 2-story home. So with both of our girls, it was very useful to keep our pack and play downstairs, and we used it as a changing station. So we kept diapers and we kept wipes and everything downstairs with the pack and play, and that's where we would change diapers. The next way that we used this pack and play is as a self-play area, or an independent play area for our girls. So what we would do is put the kid in the pack and play with a toy of sorts. We had, you know, some of the wooden toys in there, some of the wooden cars, and like just some of the puzzles, and I would put them in there just so that they could enjoy playing by themselves and learning how to use the toy. And especially when my second daughter came along, for her to be able to play independently without her sister coming and like trying to grab the pieces or whatever. Having that be set for independent self-play was a really, really good way to utilize our pack and play. All right, the third way in which we used our pack and play is literally just to corral them, just to put a kid or both kids in the same place at one time. There are times where you just need them not to be running around. So an example of this is we get our groceries delivered. And so when I am at home alone with both girls, I need to greet them at the door, bring the groceries in, put the groceries away, and I don't need to be worrying about trying to corral these kids who are trying to run out of the door and trying to go through all the bags, breaking my eggs and all the things. So I put them in there. Sometimes they're okay, sometimes they're not the most happy about it, but point is I can get the door open, get the groceries in, and close the door before they melt down too much. But it has served its purpose to be able to corral them and just keep them in one place for a certain period of time. The fourth way that I use this pack and play is similar to the last, however, it's a little bit different. So when I had my second daughter, my oldest daughter was only about 18 or so months old, so they are pretty close in age, and I had 2 under 2 for quite a while. There were times where I would need to change one's diaper, so there is a attachment to ours that has a changing pad, and then the pack and play, the rest of it is open. So I would put my youngest baby down, who wasn't really rolling or crawling at the time. I just kind of laid her on her back while I changed her big sister. And I needed to keep that one kid just stationary while I could change the other. Also, maybe I am playing with one of the children and I don't want the other one to be, I don't know, trying to flush their hand down the toilet. So I keep one in the pack and play to hang out, to watch and learn while I am playing with the other one. So as a mom of two who had two under two for a little bit of time there, it was really, really good to at least just keep one kid corralled and where I needed them while I did something with the other child. So very, very useful. Another way in which you can use your pack and play is for beach trips. So if you're going to the beach just for a little bit, it's kind of like a turnaround trip, okay, maybe not want to bring the whole pack and play. But if you were going to be spending substantial time at the beach, it might be a good idea to bring along your pack and play. One, you know, it could get a little sandy, but it's easier to clean than sometimes blankets could be. It also keeps them in one place and they're unable to climb or jump out. It keeps them safe. And if you bring an umbrella or two, you can just plop one down in your pack and play and it creates a nice shaded area for the little ones to hang out, rest, take a nap, eat snacks without sand getting it all over the place. And it's a pretty good idea. Think about it. All right, and the sixth way that we use our pack and play is for naps or for bedtimes when we are away from home, maybe staying at our in-laws. And to be honest, when you go to someone else's home, there is a lot of stuff we can't expect for their home to be baby-proofed for our children. So really having this pack and play for our girls to take a nap in as well as to sleep in is amazing, because typically the places that we go to, families' houses, don't have another crib or don't have a crib for us, and we're not going to travel with a crib. So we utilize this as a crib and a place for them to take naps. It's really, really awesome. Honestly, it's one kid to the pack and play. At this point, one of them will use the pack and play, the other one will sleep in a regular bed or air mattress on the floor, so that works out well. When we just had one child, they would use it constantly. We'd put them in the other room, set up the camera, and we were good to go. I know a lot of people also use their pack and plays for like next to your bed. So instead of getting a bassinet or something to have, they just use their pack and play. So that's another way to use it as well. The seventh way that we used our pack and play was literally just to block off our kitchen. So we have a kitchen that is kind of L-shaped. Well, the counter comes out, so I guess you can say we have a peninsula. It's not a full island, but we have a peninsula in our kitchen. So basically from the end of our peninsula to the wall is where we would put the pack and play, and it would literally keep the kids out of the kitchen. So let's say I needed to cook dinner. I didn't have two kids or even one kid running around and one kid crawling around trying to open drawers and take things out and all of that. I was able to focus on cooking while I'm able to see them playing on the opposite side, or maybe even in the pack and play, whatever. But the ability to block them off from somewhere or something, literally chef's kiss. It was amazing. And we still do that at times, whether it's blocking the kids off or blocking our dog. So our dog is elderly. We have a super, super old Yorkie. He'll be 14 years old this year. And there are times where we need to keep him in the kitchen because it's where we have tile. And so if there were to be an accident or something like that, if he's not feeling too well, we'll be able to easily clean it up. So we're blocking him in the kitchen as opposed to having access to the rest of the house when like he's not feeling the greatest. So again, using it as some sort of partition blockage is an amazing way to use your pack and play. So another way that we used our pack and play is just to have a minute. And so this one is really for me, for the mamas out there. Like, there are times when I am home alone with my daughter, or now currently with my two daughters, where I just need a minute. And so maybe one is napping. Y'all, this is something they don't tell you when you have two kids so close together, is that eventually they do not nap at the same time. Their nap does not overlap anymore, and you are like house locked essentially until the last kid wakes up from the last nap of the day, and by that time it's like 4 o'clock, and then it's like 3 hours until bedtime. So y'all, consider that. Also, point is, one kid might be napping and literally I just don't want anyone touching me, so I might put the other one in the pack and play to have some time to self-play, or maybe I can just go use the restroom in peace, right? So all of these things, just literally, because sometimes just mama just needs a minute, and using the pack and play for those moments where you are completely touched out is a great way to use your pack and play. Also, another really awesome way to use your pack and play is at hotels. So I feel like back in the day, they used to actually have cribs. Now it depends on where you go, but you might get a crib, or you might actually get a literal pack and play. I have brought my pack and play with us when we travel and stay at hotels, and it has just been amazing. We are status with a certain hotel chain, and so we typically will have like an upgraded suite or 2-bedroom or something like that, and so we are able to put one kid in the bedroom, one kid in the living room, and then we have the other bedroom for ourselves or something like that, some configuration of that. But we utilize our pack and play for the usually for naps and for bedtime, and literally that's what they would have given us anyway, is pack and play. So we just brought our own. All right, and then I have 2 extra ways. Now, I have never done this, but there are a lot of people, especially in my comments of that one viral video that I mentioned, where people are using their pack and play for non-children, non-kid related reasons. One of which was to make a chicken brooder. So I remember to this day, somebody sent me a comment and they were like, oh my gosh, so frustrated, thank you so much for this video. I'm able to put my chickens in there and it's amazing. So using it as a chicken brooder is another way to utilize a pack and play. And the last way, again, with animals along that same line, is using it for puppies. So maybe you are going to bed for the night, your family, you don't want to leave the puppy out and about, using it as a corral basically to keep the puppy in one place during the night. So I've heard people using it for that as well. No matter how you use your pack and play, please do remember to use it correctly and according to the rules in the handbook for the pack and play that you have. And if you're using them for children, right, utilizing the weight and age requirements and all of that, keeping all of that in mind. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it gave you some new ideas. Some of these I'm sure surprised you, just like they did with me. And others, I just hope that you are able to utilize it to the fullest, because it is a little bit of an investment, right? Like having a pack and play, having a crib, having a bassinet, having all these baby items, it can get pretty expensive. So want to make sure that you are getting the most out of your baby purchase in your pack and play. Let me know if this video was helpful. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Click that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And I would love to have you as a part of the family. I'm gonna go ahead and drop some videos. I never know which side, but I'm gonna drop some videos right here for you to watch between now and my next upload. And I will see you all right back here very, very soon. And as always, remember to fill your cup. Bye.